Please welcome the team Singapore. Please put your hands together for the team Hong Kong, China. Let's present you the teams and the referees. Team A, Hong Kong, China, captain number 33, Lo Ki Lam. Number 2, Cho Ho Chin. Number 8, Zi Yang Yi. Number 9, Lam Chu Pi. Number 10, Chong Zi Ki. Number 11, Chu Man Shan. Number 12, Hong Chung Kyu. Number 16, Liu Bin. Number 17, Fong Zi Ming. Number 18, Wu Li Ling. Number 21, To Kan. Number 24, Han Sin Yu. Number 25, Tai Zi Yi. Number 28, Lam Yu Chung. Number 71, Wong Yi Ting. And number 92, Yu Hee Yang. The officials of the team, official A, Yong Hoi Chung. Official B, Yuan Kai Yi. Official C, Chan Zi Long. Now the team B, Singapore, captain of the team number 19, Gan Yu Ting. Number 1, Long Shu. Number 2, Tan Lek Jing. Number 3, Yan Su Zian. Number 5, Fu Yi Zin. Number 6, Wang Ke Zin. Number 7, Go Li Ting. Number 10, Y Jin. Number 11, Liu Yi Ting. Number 13, Hen Yi Shan. Number 15, Ho Shan. Number 16, Tan Jin Wei. Number 21, Fu Tian Yi. Number 27, Li Ziu Ki. Number 35, Chu Chong Ling. And number 50, Kaya Ro Ji. The officials of the team, official A, Lo Min Sun. Official B, KONG-CHN. Official D, Ko Karan Lu. Official E, Sebastian Daniel. Ladies and gentlemen, the referees of the match, Mr. Kang Zi and Mr. Li Jiawei from China. And the technical delegate of the match, Dr. Ajazi Ayawani from Kuwait and Ms. Joanna Franklin from Philippines. The supervisor of the match, Ms. Leila Shafai from Iran. Ladies and gentlemen, let's raise for the national anthem of Team Hong Kong, China. Now, the national anthem of Team Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the match and enjoy fair play. Thank you.
Hello, hello everyone. We welcome you all to the first fixture of the last day of the 20th Asian Women's Championship. The battle for the 7th and the 8th places. Hong Kong, China will be locking horns with Singapore for the 7th place of the tournament. Both the teams have had their fair shares of struggles throughout this tournament, and only one will finally register that victory that they are looking forward to. They have had a slow start. They have tried, they have rumbled, and they have hustled in the tournament, but somehow or the other, luck didn't really go their way. With that being said, again, every single match matters. Well, a quick look at the playing team of Hong Kong China. Cho Hoi Ching, Se Yan Ni, Lem Chiu Ki, Se Ki Chong, Man Shan Chung, Chi Kyu Hang, Wing In Leung, Zeming Fang, Li Ling Wu, Kaman Cho, Sin Yu Hang, Si Yi Tai, Hugh Tang Lam, K Liam Lo, Yi Ting Wong, and He Yan Yu. And they are playing under Hoi Chung Yang. We'll quickly take a look at the playing team of Singapore as well. Shu Wong, Lip Jing Tan, Su Zian Ji, Ki Zin Fu, K Zin Amelia Wong, Li Ting Jasmine Go, Ji Ning Wai, El Ting Michelle Liao, Q Shan Heng, Charmaine Ho, Jing Yi Tan, Yan Ting Gan, Kian Ki Candice Fu, ZQ Fiona Lee, Torning Toylin Teo, and Rouge Lei Mabel Tan. And they are playing under Lin San Lo. Now, both the teams, as we mentioned, will be desperate for the victory. They'll be hoping to kickstart this game on a high. The last game of the tournament for them, but that doesn't make any difference in terms of momentum. That doesn't make any difference in terms of bringing forth a full-blown battery, a full-blown attacking unit. And as you can see, attacking on your frame from the left to the right, and will be getting us kick-started with a throw-off is Singapore in their signature blues. And attacking on your frame from the right to the left, dressed in their signature reds, is Hong Kong. And Hong Kong, they'll be hoping to get an early start, to get that early momentum going forward. And we are underway here as Hong Kong lock horns with Singapore in a crucial battle, in a battle for the 7th place. And let's see which team register their first win of the tournament. It is Singapore who has gotten us rolling from one end to the other, a bit of a slow and tardy start. And now the pace of the exchange getting slightly higher, nicely making their way to that center line, trying to dribble past, but somehow being guarded by that strong wall. First throw comes in, but that's off target, but looks like a free throw has been awarded to Singapore. An opportunity for Singapore to make it count. Good exchanges being done. Jin Wei Tan in the center. Wanted to release it to the left. And now here they come. Trying to figure out an opening. A little bit of a tumble. And another free throw here. A bit of block and then the referee blowing the whistle. Another free throw opportunity here for Hong Kong. Another free throw, a bit of a slow start. Here comes Hong Kong now, trying to open up, and that's a very acute angle. And they have wriggled the first goal in. That's a quality finish out there from Seming Fong. for Hong Kong. A quick overturn out there. 2 minutes in, and Hong Kong has opened the scoring. It's quite a difficult angle, not the easiest ones to rise through, but nonetheless, that accuracy has really counted. Here comes Singapore now, hoping to push back Hong Kong despite conceding that first goal. In fact, here comes Hong Kong. They have got the ball back. Hong Kong trying to making way through that center line. Nice bit of leap. And once again, through the goalkeeper's hands. And a cool and calm finish. This time, Eating Wong. Finding the back of the net for Hong Kong. Makes it 2-0. Singapore in a bit of an early puddle out there. A puddle of despair. But nonetheless, a 2-goal cushion can always be covered up. I mean, all it takes is, 30-odd seconds and you will see 2 goals being snuffed out. Opportunity for Singapore. Goes for a well-taken throw there, Suzian G. But it was off target. Back to Hong Kong. And Hong Kong comes knocking on the doors again. 3 minutes on the clock. We'll take a quick look at both the teams, the journey that they have taken to reach not a very promising one, but as they say, that's the number 3 for Hong Kong. They continue scoring. And that is the second goal for Zeming Fung. Hong Kong now putting a bit of pressure on Singapore. And Singapore barely able to claw their way out. Hong Kong, they started the tournament with a very close defeat to India. They were 31. They lost the game by 31-28. Singapore once again on the lookout for that first goal. They've conceded 3 already. An opportunity and they lose out possession. A bit of a muscling away. Hong Kong chance to make it 4-0, but then they rattle the woodwork. Hong Kong, the scoreline stays intact at 3-0 now. Here comes Singapore again, trying to counter. But looks like at this point in time, they have ran into a bit of cul-de-sac and they are losing possession a bit too early. Here's another chance for Hong Kong, one-on-one. Missed out on the last one, but is not going to miss out on this. Take the chance and makes it 4-0. And a sensational finish from Seki Chong. Is it? Apologies, it's Lee Leling Wu to find the back of the net here as Hong Kong are cruising and are truly ahead in this game. Singapore barely with any response whatsoever. Looking forward to break free. That's a nice delivery out into the central channel. Releases it to the left, loses out on possession. Here comes Singapore, here comes Hong Kong rather, apologies. Hong Kong this time loses out on possession as well, and Singapore capitalizes. Now Singapore trying to break free. Have to release the ball, and they do, and that should be the first goal for Singapore as they open their account with a stunning finish through Jing Wei Tan. A glimmer of hope there for Singapore as they open that scoring for theirs. Hong Kong right now on the lead 4-1. Could have been 5-1 as well. Had a one-on-one situation a few moments ago and somehow shot it out. Got to take your chances. That's one particular problem. Opportunity for Hong Kong again. That's a brilliant save out there by Rujle Mabiltan. She'll stand tall. Free throw here for Hong Kong. Is it? Or is it a penalty? Looks like it's a penalty. So Hong Kong will have a chance to make it 5-1. And it's going to be Yeting Wong. But that 7-meter throw. And an excellent save. Rebound, however, gets into the back of the net. I mean, tremendous athleticism there from Rujle Mabiltan. Went flat on the court, but then the rebound, she was always in an awkward position. And it was easy pickings. It went straight into the hands of Yeting Wong, and Yeting Wong making no mistake as she powered her way into the back of the net, making it 5-1. There's Singapore once again. Loses out possession, but nonetheless wins a free throw. And yes, we were talking about the journey of Hong Kong. They started the tournament with a 31-28 defeat against India, then went down with another defeat, went down to another modifying defeat actually. Lost against Japan by 6-47. Another free throw here for Singapore. against Iran. They fought hard but couldn't really break the Iranian defense. It was 26-17 against them. And then in the main round, they went down 38-14 against China and are finally here. For Singapore, though, it's a different story. In the main round, they were defeated 35-22 by India. They tried hard to keep India on their toes, started the game on a high, but then eventually lost steam, and India, making the most of it, qualified for that fifth place battle opportunity. But the whistle has been blown, which means it's going to be a free throw here for Hong Kong as they come from the right, exchanging it towards that center channel. Opportunity for Hong Kong, tries to dribble past and eventually find that sixth goal as well. Hong Kong off to a fiery and feisty start, and once again Zheming Fung making no mistake whatsoever. From Singapore on their way forth now. Singapore started the group stages with a 47-5 defeat against Korea, who will be a part of the finals later in the day. Then they went down 47-10 against China, and they battled Kazakhstan, but again the result didn't really go in their favor. That's a long ranger attempted there from Singapore, but it was not on target. In the group stages, Hong Kong played 3 matches, lost all of them, scored 51, conceded 104. So their defense have always been shaky, but right now they are showing the mettle. On the contrary though, Singapore, they conceded way more than Hong Kong did, scored 22 and conceded 132. Here's a chance for Singapore and taken there. Apologies, a chance for Hong Kong, a nice little leap out there. And jersey number 18 for Hong Kong, Lei Ling Wu, makes no mistake in converting that as they surge up 7-1 within just 8 minutes, 9 minutes of the contest. Singapore once again clueless out here, completely losing out any element of surprise, losing out any opening that they can eye for. Here's Singapore trying to make the most of this attack. But again, another long ranger taken, but nicely fended away by the Hong Kong goalkeeper. Here comes Hong Kong, opportunity for them, excellent save out there. Also, she must have invaded the goal crease there. Singapore on the way forth, hoping to take Hong Kong by surprise, and they do. Quality finish out there from jersey number 19, Yan Ting Gan. As Singapore finds their second. Yan Ting Gan, she has done a decent job. A lovely little leap out there as the Hong Kong defense was caught napping. Dan has scored 5 goals in the defeat against China. She battled hard. She was also instrumental against India to at least try and help Singapore fight back. Here's Hong Kong now. Good switches. Excellent interception there from Singapore. Opportunity taken. Wonderful finish out there. Makes it 7-3. And once again, it's the same player, Yan Ting Gan, who makes it 7-3 for Singapore. Singapore trying to stage a watershed here. Hong Kong, after that early attack, after that early blitzkrieg, now in a bit of a defensive husk. Trying to find out an opening, trying to make a few headways against the Singapore defense. That's looking a bit more confident than the way it started, but nonetheless, Hong Kong once again leaping forth and scoring, making no mistake. And the quality finish out there from Lei Ling Wu. Singapore on the way forth again. Switches it to the left. Quick exchanges now. Here's an opening. A decent release. And a bit of a tussle. Singapore will get that free throw that they are looking forward to. Can they make this free throw count though? Releases it to the far right. Back to the central channel again for Singapore. Singapore on the ball. One of their key players, Yan Ting Gan. Yan Ting Gan switches it to Jing Wei Tan. Back to Yan Ting Gan. Chance again. Goes for the shot from range. But that's gone wide. Yan Ting Gan, pretty explosive and dynamic. Here comes Singapore. Here comes Hong Kong though. From the left, opportunity. Looking around. Good switch. And that should be a free throw, is it? No, referee finally awards the free throw. And that's because of that push. Also a 2-minute ejection out there. And this can be a good chance here for Hong Kong to make it 9-3. They won't go directly. They'll try and switch it out, allow the time, opportunity given the fact that they have one player down. A lovely chance, goes for that far post. But nonetheless, the rebound did fall for the Hong Kong player. And Hong Kong makes no mistake, it is Man Shan Chung with the finish as they go to 9-3. Singapore on the ball, looking for more space, looking for more openings. So far, they have been kind of one-dimensional. A chance again, great save by the goalkeeper. Danger's not over yet. And the referee gives a free throw to Singapore. So far, a few impressive saves from the Hong Kong goalkeeper, Chik Kyu Hang. Back with Singapore again. Back with the same player who makes all the difference. That's a quality finish though, a good release by Yang Ting Gan and an equally brilliant finish by Su Xianji. And here comes Hong Kong once again, but this time they find the goalkeeper, Rougeley Mabel Tan. She is quite an explosive goalkeeper, to be honest. Singapore has been stifled in the first 30 minutes. Here's a chance for them. Opportunity. Again, a very good save out there from the Hong Kong goalie, Chu Kyu Hang. Stands tall. A good smile out there. Good to see the smile still up. Kwan E. Kendis. Good release. Trying to break through that central line. Again, back to their gun player who went for that jump and was eyeing for the throw, but has lost possession. A chance here for Hong Kong, and they have dragged it wide somehow from point blank range. Lee Ting Wong should have done better. Could very easily have moved on to 10-4. That's not going to be the case. Singapore now on their way forward. Candice Fu. Candice plays with the Jing Wei Tan. Back to Candice. Releases it to Fiona. Jing Wei again. Looking for space. Jing Wei goes for that feint. Opportunity and taken. That's an excellent conversion there. Went for that first feint. Left the defender bamboozled and eventually scored without breaking a sweat. Another opportunity for Hong Kong from the far right. And Hong Kong once again would have done better, but that profligacy that has bothered them throughout the tournament, should have scored from that range. Was a difficult angle, at least could have put the goalkeeper to test with a shot on target. But that was not going to be the case. Good lateral exchanges being played on together. Here's a chance, nice release. The referee blowing the whistle out there. And now Singapore, that was a great throw. Could have been trouble, it is trouble. I mean, that's a comedy of errors altogether. A distant throw coming in, and Singapore, rather Hong Kong actually lost possession of the ball. And by the time Rougeley Mabel Tan, she was slightly off her line, and by the time she could regain her composure and her shape, the ball went past her and actually imbricated itself into the net, crossing the goal line, making it 10-5 for Hong Kong. A chance for Singapore from close range. Looks like there was a push. We'll have to wait and watch whether that's a free throw or that's a 7-meter throw down. A penalty there. I think the referees, they're discussing. A quick look. Yes, that looks like a penalty. But the question is, who infringed? Yes, a 7-meter throw has been awarded to Singapore. A chance for them. Looks like it's going to be jersey number 1. Shuong. And Shuong has missed out a golden opportunity. She smashed the woodwork. Singapore on their way forth. Chance for Singapore. Rather Hong Kong switching it amongst themselves. Hong Kong back to the right again. Loses out possession. And a chance here, and will get that goal. That's an exquisite finish. She was losing her shape, but she didn't lose her sight on that occasion. Man Shan-chung, despite losing her balance, ensured the fact that she's going for a flat throw. And she's converting that. Hong Kong makes it 11-5 rather. This time, a free throw for Singapore. Chance for Singapore to try and break. Opportunity, wanted to go against the cul-de-sac there. There were 3 defenders garnering all together in the blockade, but sadly enough, the defenders, they were not going to allow the opposition to rattle through. Here's a chance again. Singapore. Chance for them. That was quite an extravagant throw. I mean, shot for the Mars, in fact. And that's gone out of play. And now Hong Kong on their way forward. Hong Kong from the right to the left. It has been a pretty fast-paced affair, to be honest. Hong Kong now looking for that number 12. Blocks coming in from Singapore. Referee blowing the whistle. Free throw awarded. Hong Kong again. Hong Kong through that center line. Releases it to the far right. Opportunity. Bit of a difficult angle. And it's not going to be easy to get the ball past Rujle Mabel. She is a very good goalkeeper. This tournament might have been a learning curve for her. A building block on her way to greatness. An opportunity for Singapore to try and get a 6th. Once again, missing out on that case, Hong Kong. Singapore has an opportunity. Break free, go for. There's a chance. Back with Singapore again. Singapore on the ball, taking their time. Good square exchange. That's good blocking out there, and eventually that is what gets the possession back in Hong Kong's favor. But Singapore, excellent defending out there, was always on their toes. A chance for Singapore, and they will finish that. Who else than their star striker, Yang Tingan, with number 4 for the day, and Singapore now 11-6. They're fighting hard. They want to keep Hong Kong on their toes at all times. Here's Hong Kong now on the way forth. Looking for that opening. Switches the ball between themselves. Back with Hong Kong again. There's an opening. Not really. Referee awarding a free throw in favor of Hong Kong. Hong Kong taking their time just to map that opening. Here's a chance for Hong Kong, and they will use that. That's a robust throw at the top, in the top corner rather. And a quality finish out there from Leling Wu. As Hong Kong now makes it 12-6. Here comes Hong Kong once again. A very speedy exchange now between themselves. A bit of a mistake in that central channel. Hong Kong releases that nice and fine through the gates of Mabel. Yes, they make it 13-6 now. Singapore once again back to that same square one. Again, a brilliant finish there from Zeming Fung. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was cheeky, but she ensured the fact that precise moment of action is what got her up and running. Here's another opening, and again a great save from Chiu Ki Hung. Hong Kong, that's a lovely body feint. An opportunity, releases it to the left, but Hong Kong fails to collect. Nonetheless, wins a free kick out here. A free throw, sincere apologies for that. Here's Hong Kong again. Taking their time. To the far right. That's a good release again for Hong Kong. Taking their time once again, not really releasing that at the first go itself. And wanted to go for the throw, but kind of ran against a defender. Another couple of minutes of ejection has been handed over. to a Singapore player. That means this can be that cue for Hong Kong to try and make more inroads. Here comes Hong Kong again. Loses out possession. Hong Kong continues with the ball, but this time again a bit of an haywire throw, and that occasion will allow Singapore to try and regroup and rally themselves. Here's Singapore now taking their time, slow and steady through that center line, trying to map out one of those possible routes through which they can startle Hong Kong, but loses out possession. This has been the case. Here's a chance for Hong Kong. Goes for it 1v1 and converts that with precision. Hong Kong, it was Kelam Low with that finish. As Hong Kong now moves on to 14. Singapore down to 6. Singapore with a change. Once again, that reception has to be good. Hong Kong, another chance for them. Another goal, makes it 15. They simply can't stop scoring. Every time there's an invitation, they have accepted that. Seki Chong with a picture-perfect throw. And that's what you really expect. These players, they'll have to come together. They'll have to keep on hitting their mark. That's a good release. Singapore trying to be extra certain. That's a long ranger. That's a powerful hit altogether from Singapore, and a quality goal from Su Xiang Ji. That's a second goal for her today. Singapore now trying to claw their way, and that's a timeout which has been asked for, as Hong Kong realizes that they cannot let Singapore go forward with the same amount of pressure. As things stand, Hong Kong still leads the charts, still leads the contest by 15-7. Hong Kong started off well. That was a sensational finish, to be honest. And since then, it has been a nice tussle between Mayville and the Hong Kong attackers. Of course, one of the most important questions is, what should be Hong Kong eyeing for in terms of the total tally? We are about to resume, and it's going to be Hong Kong once again. That's another brilliant finish altogether from Hong Kong, is it? There's a chance for Hong Kong. Rather, Singapore gets back on the ball. 15-7 so far. 16-7. That was a wonderful finish. Apologies on that confusion. Singapore on their way forth, as I know Hong Kong gets a possession back. Here's Hong Kong again. Lovely chance for them. Plays it to the left. In fact, ends up releasing it wrongly. Wanted to have that underspin on the ball there. Decent attempt, decent enterprise there from Yiting Wong. And that was not going to go in. 6 minutes to go in the first half itself. Singapore on the rise. Can Singapore break free? Chance for them. Runs into the defensive blockade. Referee blows the whistle. Back with Hong Kong again. Is it? No, back with Singapore rather. Apologies. Singapore, they try to get through, but again, very good defending altogether by Hong Kong. And now Hong Kong on the way forward. Releases it for the far right. Free throw for Hong Kong. That's a powerful release, but well kept as well by Hong Kong in the play. Onto that far right, looking for the angle and the equally brilliant touch to find the back of the net there from Hong Kong's Sin Yu Hung. Makes it 17-7. You can see the celebrations and the claps of acknowledgement, the high fives coming in as Hong Kong looks in good touch. A 10-goal cushion now. They know that they are accentuating the gap between them and Singapore. Singapore now looking for that number 8 once again. One of their key guns altogether. Yanting Gun has been their major hope altogether. She's found the back of the net 4 times already, and here comes Singapore through that central channel. In fact, Hong Kong rather. Here's a chance for Hong Kong. Loses out. Is it? No. The ball still stays, but this time a miss pass there, allowing Singapore to break free. Here comes Singapore from the left wing. That's a fine release, a goal-scoring chance, and taken. An exceptional touch there from Kishan Heng as Singapore makes it 18-7. Apologies, 17-8 rather. Here's Hong Kong once again. And that is a clean snatch of the ball. Here comes Singapore. They'll have to release it. They release it a bit too late out there. And that is what kind of foiled the attack for them. Had they released it for Candice slightly earlier, Candice could have actually used that to her advantage. And now Hong Kong will be on their way for 3 minutes remaining on the clock. Can they get a couple of goals here? That's going to be quite a statement. Obviously, they'll be eyeing the 40 goals mark altogether. Here's a chance for them. An opportunity. Referee blows the whistle, awards a free throw to Hong Kong. Hong Kong playing it amongst themselves, taking their time. Not really rushing through. That's a lovely effort out there. A very acrobatic one. Definitely going to be a free throw, yes. But good goalkeeping as well from Mabel. Just KL Low. Kilam Low. For Hong Kong, has been instrumental so far in this tournament itself. Has been one of the good players in the Hong Kong side. An opportunity for Hong Kong. And that has been taken. A sensational finish from Man Shan Cheung. And the goals keep on coming there. 18-8 now in favour of Hong Kong. Another timeout asked for. Last 2 minutes remaining, just trying to keep the momentum under check there. Singapore, they have tasted some late movement and they are looking forward to find more of that momentum. The way they have finished things, that has been absolutely sensational. And we have resumed action once again. And a lovely chance, is it? No, apologies, that was highlight, in fact. And now we resume. Two minutes to go in this remainder of the first half. Singapore on the ball. Singapore from the right. I mean, this hasn't also been an outing for them to savour this tournament itself. But yes, they will take a lot of heart from this. They'll take a lot of learning lessons. Hammers the woodwork from range. That was a good throw, a good powerful strike, in fact. It doesn't really find the back of the net. And now Singapore looking forward, releasing the ball. Hong Kong there amongst themselves. Hong Kong does well. Hong Kong on the cusp of the goal crease. And they've taken a bit longer than usual, more than the 3 seconds time, which means Singapore will be coming forward. A minute of action remaining on the clock. 2 timeouts have been taken, 1 timeout by each team. Singapore now looking forward. That's a quality save there from Chuk Ki Hung. And now Hong Kong on the way forth, looking for that opening. They've got that control. They have been a lot more precise from their counterparts. A chance for Hong Kong. However, the woodwork comes in the way. Singapore now can turn things around. 2 defenders blocking her way there of Hong Kong, and Singapore gets a free throw. Takes it quickly. 19 seconds remaining before the hooter goes off. Hong Kong switches it to the right. Back to Hong Kong again. Takes their time. Quick and steady. Goes for that leap, but ends up finding Chuk Ki Hung. I think it's going to be a free throw before we go off. The hooter has been blown. The referee awarded the free throw just before the hooter blew off. And Hong Kong has had a bit of struggle trying to contain Yan Ting Gan. But nonetheless, that free throw. So the last roll of the dice before we head into the dugout. And I think the referee just explaining the 2 referees for today, at least for this game, is Jiao Li from China and Zi Kang from China. It's gonna be a direct throw. Last roll of the dice from Yan Ting Gang, and Yan Ting Gang finds the back of the net to finish the first half on a high. That expression on her face tells you a lot. And as we go into the tunnel, it's gonna be Hong Kong 18, Singapore 9. Singapore definitely has a lot of catching up to do when they come out for the second half, but they will not lose hearts. Hong Kong, on the contrary, will like to keep that lead intact. And at the end of the first half, it is Hong Kong 18, Singapore 9. We go into the breather and we'll return shortly with the second half. Stay tuned, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. We are all set to rock and roll for the second half of this contest. As Hong Kong still leads the charts, they'll be hoping forward to make more of it count. 89, it was a last minute free throw coming in from Singapore that got them that all important ninth goal. Here's a chance for Hong Kong, but hammers the side netting. Looks like the referee's blown the whistle, and a bit of a hit on that fingertip of hers. Nonetheless, it's a spot kick, or rather a spot throw. A 7-meter throw for Hong Kong to make it 99, and no mistakes made. Well taken, as the goalkeeper merely stands on lookout. Great finish out there from Seichi Chong. And Hong Kong once again with the 10-goal cushion between them and Singapore. Here comes Singapore from the right. Good release. A bit of a fast-paced arrival in the second half there from Singapore, but Hong Kong snatches the ball back. 1v1 situation. There's a player onto the far right, but I don't think she'll be required. She was just a backup. A quality finish again from Man Chan Chung, as Hong Kong makes it a 20 already. They'll be eyeing for that magical number of 40. It goes without saying. And now Singapore will also try and get into double figures. That's a fine release, good block, but nonetheless, Singapore makes it count. 2010. A word of acknowledgement as well coming in from Fiona Lee. Here's Hong Kong on the move there. That should be a free throw. A nice little hug out there. Not a friendly one though. Referee says, let's go by the rules. Hong Kong keeps it within their control. Short and crisp passes. A chance for Hong Kong. And a long range throw coming in, but again off the mark. Could have done better than that, Singapore. Breathing a sigh of reprieve as the ball went out. Singapore slow and steady. Mapping for a few options, mapping for who can be the one to come forward with that sudden splash of splendor. And that was kind of pedestrian. A very emaciated effort there. Coming in from Yan Ting Gan. She has been the key scorer for Singapore today. Here comes Singapore again through that center line of attack, but looks like they lost possession on that occasion. Singapore once again loses out possession, and excellently blocked out there by Hong Kong as they come forward for another counter-attack. Can be a goal-scoring chance, releases it to the far left, goes for that tough angle, finds the back of the net as well. An exquisite finish out there from Hong Kong as they make it to 21. And who else than jersey number 21, Kamanto, to score the 21st for Hong Kong, as Singapore continues to struggle and continues to be kept under the pump. Here comes Singapore now, through that central channel. Decent bit of work, looking for an opening, but again, nicely intercepted. Back to Hong Kong though. Good switch from the goalkeeper, Yu Chang Lam, to facilitate this move, and again a crucial save there from the Singapore goalkeeper as well. A stellar stretch from Mabel. And a timeout has been asked for. It's too early for a timeout, 4 minutes in. I think still the referee just wanted to have a word with the teams out there. And I think Mabel, she'll be okay with it. The kind of start that Hong Kong has got kind of takes them a hammer and tongs above Singapore. But then Singapore is a team who likes to fight, and that is their USP. I mean, they do not really sit back and defend. They're always going forward. They're always fighting their way right to that front foot. They like to take the battle to the opposition. We saw that against India as well in the main round fixture. Nonetheless, we are back. The referee quickly counting the numbers on the field for each team, and we are underway. It is Singapore who gets us underway after this brief timeout. Here comes Singapore from the right. Good throw in. Keeps it under control there. Jersey number 19 again, Yan Ting Gan, who switched herself to the left. Here comes Singapore, an opportunity. Singapore does well. Releases the ball. That's a fine ball forward. Twists and turns. Loses the shape. And misses a mark as well. Looks like a 2-minute ejection has been handed over to Seming Foom. And also a penalty awarded to Singapore. A chance for them to get themselves into that number 11 mark. And it is jersey number 11 for Singapore, Michelle Liao, with that 7-meter throw. A left-handed throw is going to come gushing in, hammers the woodwork, and rebounds somehow just stalls before it came back to Michelle. A quick word of apology to her team altogether. And now Hong Kong on their way forth. They know that that's a crucial penalty that has been missed by their counterparts, which means that's a cue for them to hit their counterparts harder and stronger. There's a chance for Hong Kong, and that's a burly throw there. But then she was taking a tumble anyway. She lost her balance, so it was tough for her to try and channel it to the direction. We couldn't say bullseye because it didn't go in. And here comes Hong Kong again. Singapore rather, apologies. The goalkeeper of Hong Kong, I think there was a bit of a push, and penalty has been awarded to Hong Kong. This time a change of personnel. It's Su Xian with the 7-meter throw, and she hammered the court so hard. The ball bounced up and completely disappeared from sight. Once again, 2 penalties missed in the second half by Singapore, and all these penalties, I mean, they are your best chance to score. You've got to take them head on. Here comes Hong Kong once again, 21-10. This has been a bit of a reticent half until now. 7 minutes in, not too many goals that we've seen in the first half. Both the teams slightly jaded and exhaustion. With the exhaustion creeping in, I think it gets slightly difficult. There's a chance for Hong Kong. But great save again by Mabel as Singapore on their way forward. Looking for that all-important 11. They have a bit of space. They go for that angle. And an equally brilliant save out there from Hugh Tang Lam of Singapore. Good athleticism being shown. Back with Singapore again. Here comes Singapore, taking their time. Not rushing through. Rather Hong Kong, apologies. A chance for Hong Kong, and they make it count again. Quality finish like that is what we talk about. I mean, you just gotta give in, or just gotta come in with those sudden flashes, and Hong Kong, they waited, and eventually when the time was right, when the iron was hot, they struck again. Here comes Singapore though, a chance for them. And again, missing out that mark. They have been somehow consistently off target. This has been a major bother for them, a major beeswax that they'll have to try and break free, try and brave. Oh, that's a long ranger. However, will that goal count? That's to be seen. But if it does, it's a sensational finish out there by Wing Yin Leung. 22-10 now in favor of Hong Kong. Singapore on the rise. Loses out possession, but looks like a referee deems that there was a free throw which was awarded. There was a push involved. Here's an opportunity. A lovely twist and an equally brilliant goal there. Now that's what you call the goal of the morning. A top quality finish again from Candice Fu. The way she received the ball and the way she dropped her shoulder, eventually powering it into the back of the net. That is the sheer gentry that this tournament is all about. And here comes Hong Kong again. A chance for them. Referee's blown the whistle. This goal won't really count. The whistle has come before the ball went into the back of the net. And hence Singapore on their way forth. Looking forward for that 12th goal now. Good quick short exchanges, crisp ones as well. And again, they have taken more than 3 seconds. Here comes Hong Kong. A chance for Hong Kong. And it does go in despite Mabel's best of efforts. Now that will count, and that's another excellent finish there from Man Shang-Chung. 23-11 now. And Hong Kong is up and roaring. So again, fine release out there, opportunity. A chance. Fine ball through the gates, and that will be another sensational goal. And who else than the one and only number 19, Yan Ting Gan. Another chance, and Hong Kong won't miss out. 24-11, 24-12 rather. And now, trying to knock on the doors. Onto the far right. Lovely chance for Singapore. Can they make it count? Not really. They lose out. Taking their time again. Quick slow releases. Hong Kong on the move. Hong Kong on the prowl. Push from the back. Quickly adjusted. Hong Kong. That was cheeky. And again, that's going to be a free throw there. Just outside the goal crease. Hong Kong now. There's an opening. Hong Kong looks in, good touch. Again, loses out possession. Referee blows the whistle. And now Singapore, they had some space ahead of themselves, and that definitely is a foul. 2 minutes of ejection being handed over to jersey number 10, Seking Chong. And Hong Kong with the free throw. A chance. Singapore with a free throw rather. A chance for them. Singapore now switches it to the center channel. Plays it to the far left. Once again, Gan on the ball. A chance, but hits the side netting. Great opportunity out there. Jersey number 21, it was Candice. Again, a fine ball onto the right. Good release. Opportunity for them onto the left now. Taking their time. Good feint. Good shot. And a goal as well. Hong Kong makes it 25. That's another quality finish out there from Commando. A powerful one, a flat throw, gunned into the back of the net. And now Singapore on the prowl. Switches it. A chance for them. Through the gates, but looks like the whistle has been blown. Good fine release. To the left again. Hong Kong now looking for that space, and the whistle has been blown. So that will be a free throw in favor of Hong Kong. It was Wu on the ball. Takes it quickly. Hong Kong resuming action. There's a chance for them. Loses out possession. Singapore had an open goal. Wanted to go from distance out there. Should have stormed a bit more. Had more than 3 seconds for herself. And what she's done is she's squandered away a guilty chance to make it 24-14. Now that's eyesore, to be honest. That was such a lovely, lovely opportunity. Singapore on the prowl again. This time, can they make the count? Can they make it count? And that's a poor ball. To be honest, loses out possession. A bit of a heavy touch. And by the time the player could regain her senses, Hong Kong had their defensive guards back in place. Singapore now. That's a flat release, but again, a pretty haywire, an astrine release. Singapore, however, stalls the progress of Hong Kong. A lovely throw and a brilliant finish out there from Singapore, making it 24-14. And this player, no matter how many times we say her name, Yan Ting Gan, she continues to fire. It has been the duo of Yan Ting Gan and Candice Fu who have been the best bets, the shining lights for Singapore. Hong Kong, on the contrary, have struggled to keep these two silent. But then Hong Kong's attacking units have been equally brilliant. Here comes Hong Kong. Hong Kong taking their time. A bit of a push involved. Loses out. Back to Hong Kong though. Referee blows the whistle. Passive play. And now Singapore on the way forward. A chance for them. But couldn't garner the possession in their favor. Sharma and Ho appealing that there was a push, and the referee has given a free throw here in favor of Singapore. And it's going to be Yan Ting Gan with the free throw. Yan Ting Gan once again taking their time. Taking her time, and now Singapore. Can they make this count? Again, a bit of a miscued attempt there. The lack of communication between the two players. And the possession falls back for Hong Kong. Kelam Lo has been slightly reticent today. Zeming Fang back to Lo. Back to Wu. Lo again. Wu. Wu through that center line. Wu switches it to the left. A chance for Hong Kong. And a brilliant save from Mabel of Singapore. Eventually initiating another counter-attack for Singapore. Singapore loses out possession. Hong Kong tries to capitalize. Referee blows the whistle. Looks like the ball has touched the shin of jersey number 11 of Hong Kong. That is Man Sang Chung. Singapore comes knocking on the doors. That's a poor ball. You got to do better than that. But once again, that shin coming into play. Poor collection. Free throw for Singapore. Looks like they'll have to retake it. A bit of frustration now creeping in, and you can clearly see that on the face of Ho. Hang on the ball. And the timeout has been asked for once again. 18 minutes now. And as things stand, Hong Kong still pretty much ahead in this fixture. A look at so far the strikes that we have seen. Absolutely sensational stuff. We have seen goals being scored from all fronts. We are back again. An opportunity for Singapore. The ball doesn't go in. Referee, however, has blown the whistle again. We have already had the second timeout of the second half. It looks like it's going to be a penalty. And it's going to be Shu Wong with the 7-meter throw to try and put Singapore back to 25-15. And Shu Wong converts that with perfection. Contributes to the goal tally of Singapore. Makes it 25-15, and as soon as she scores, she's back on the bench. Here is Hong Kong once again. Hong Kong coming forward. They have shown that intensity every single time that they have burst forth with those sudden patches of brilliance. A nice smile out there adorning Zeming Fong. And it's another 7-meter throw. This time it's in favor of Hong Kong. And it's going to be Wu with that 7-meter throw. Doesn't go for a fend, goes straight forward and finds the back of the net. 26-15. Hong Kong now, they know that they have pocketed this match. Singapore will have to score in clusters. They'll have to score at least 2 to 3 goals in quick succession without conceding one. That's a clear push. That's not allowed, and the referee blowing the whistle, awarding a free throw to Singapore. A chance for Singapore, plays it into that central channel. Lovely release forward. And a push from the back. The referee blows the whistle, awarding a free throw in favor of Singapore. Taken quickly, switches it to the left now. Singapore still trying to control possession. Goes for a feint, took a bit longer than 3 seconds. Ball back with Hong Kong. Here's Hong Kong. Wu. From Wu to the left. Back to Low. Wu again. Low. To the left there, Fang. Wu. Fang now comes into that central channel. Fang and Low switching in between themselves, shuffling amongst themselves, just trying to up the speed out there. Here's an opportunity, switches it for the far right, goes for that far post and drives it through the gates of the goalkeeper into the heart of the net. A quality finish there from Sen Yu Hang, making it 27-15 for Hong Kong. Singapore now. Ho on the ball. Hits it into the blockade of the Hong Kong defenders, and now Hong Kong comes bouncing and bobbling from the right before eventually powering it into the back of the net as sheer whatsoever. Here's Hong Kong on the lookout from the far right. Again, something of a dead ringer at that last goal. What a brilliant strike there from Sen Yu Hang. And Hong Kong now 29-15. Singapore rattled, broken, beaten and bruised. Still 12 minutes. In fact, that timer is not right. That timer will have to change. That timer is from the last time A timeout was taken. Here comes Singapore again. Singapore goes for a pretty direct throw from the heart of the court itself. And it goes wide, it goes astray. $23 now. 7 minutes to go after this, following which Hong Kong can have the last laugh. They know that they'll finish 7th, but yes, something to look forward to, something to smile. A lot of inspiration for them, a lot of motivation. At least they finished their tournament with a victory. Here's Hong Kong again. Does well. Hong Kong hammers the woodwork. And now Singapore. Through that central channel now. Looking for a bit of opening altogether. Can they make it right now? It's really a bit of a tricky situation. Singapore. Through that center line. Goes for a long throw, but again too direct. Easy pickings there for the goalkeeper of Hong Kong. Lam out there. A chance for Hong Kong to make it 30-15. Looks like the referee's blown the whistle. And it's good to see that Eating Wong is okay. There was a bit of a scare out there, a push. And it's going to be a penalty in favor of Hong Kong. A 7-meter throw. Eating Wong just getting off. And it's going to be Leiling Wu. And Wu makes it count as well. 31-15. Hong Kong now are cruising and are completely out of Singapore's reach. This is Hong Kong sailing hammer and tongs to that 7th place. They've shown the guts, they've shown the gumption, and they've shown the grit. They have been absolutely brazen today. And that display, that quality has been a testimony to what could have been the case. Hong Kong right now 31, Singapore 15. Looks like another free throw, this time in favor of Singapore. There's a chance for Singapore. They have some space through the center line. But again, the goalkeeper standing tall. Also, it was kind of difficult considering the fact that she was going, like she's almost about to lose her balance. She had to take it on a volley. So whenever that happens, it becomes challenging, it becomes tricky. $30-15 right now, the score line. Hong Kong on the ball again. A bit of a chip to the left. Hong Kong keeps it under control. That's a fine ball and that's a brilliant finish as well. Top class there from Yan Yi. Makes it 31 now. Took the ball, made her way through the center line, slithered her way forward. And when the time was right, boom, into the back of the net. Here's Singapore now. A chance for Singapore. Goes for the throw and finds the goal as well. Good goal there from Jing Wei Tan, making it 31-16. Here's Hong Kong. Hong Kong through the center line. Hong Kong making it count, is it? They're up against constant friction, but nonetheless, they will get it. Goal number 32 for Hong Kong. And now 4 minutes still to go. And Singapore would be huffing and puffing. They will like to be put out. (32-16). 32-17 rather. Hong Kong with a chance, with an outside chance there. 27 minutes for Hong Kong. Here comes Hong Kong again. Hong Kong with the space. That's the best save of the day so far. That was tough. Almost a Spider-Man-like save there. Such quality. Hong Kong now. Hong Kong with that shot, but equally brilliant save as well. Here comes Singapore from the right. But misses out. Could have been a better way. Could have done it better. 27-55. Loses a footing. Takes a time. Last 2 minutes to go. Hong Kong 32. Singapore 17. Hong Kong might make it 33. They do. Acute corner. Hammered away to brilliance. That's what top class, impeccable finishing looks like. And Hong Kong, they know they mean business here. Hong Kong again, this time coming forward with a crucial block. Looks like it's going to be a 7-meter throw, considering the fact that the Hong Kong defenders have made their way into the goal crease. That is not allowed. So a chance for Singapore to get another goal for themselves. And Wai is not going to miss out on that. They'll take whatever that comes their way. Again, a defeat is never really acceptable. But then right now for them, it's about enjoying this game. Sports is about enjoyment. It teaches you a lot of things. It teaches you to learn the game, love the game, and more importantly, embrace a way of life which keeps you disciplined, which levels you, and more importantly, keeps you humble. Here's a chance though. Loses out possession. Free throw for Hong Kong. Hong Kong on the ball. There's an opening for Hong Kong, looking for more space. A chance for Hong Kong. Hong Kong, can they finish it on a high? They do. No, the goal won't count. Referee's blown the whistle out there. She's gotten into the goal crease. Singapore loses possession. Can they recapitalize though? They reclaim possession, but Hong Kong snatches it back. Free throw for Singapore. A chance for Singapore to try and break free. Here's Singapore again. Takes a bit of a twist, a push from the back. Referee blows the whistle. Putter's gone off. That means the last roll of the dice is going to be the free throw from Singapore. And we will conclude our 7th position game. It's going to be Hong Kong who will finish this game with the bragging rights, and they will be finishing 7th in the ongoing 20th Asian Handball Championship for Women's. It's going to be a direct throw. It's going to be jersey number 19. However, she misses out, is it? And with this, we come to the end of this fixture. A great battle by both the teams. Hong Kong and Singapore eventually finish it out. Hong Kong clinching the bragging rights. Singapore did try their very best, but at the end of the day, that wasn't enough. And as we come to the end of this match, Hong Kong win the game, while Singapore finishes in the 8th spot.
The technical committee member of KONG-CHN, and the best player of the match is number 33 from Hong Kong, Lo Yang. And the t-shirt will be presented to the best player by Ms. Laila Shasai, technical committee member of Asian Handball Federation.
And as the pleasantries are being exchanged, once again, a quick confirmation. It is Hong Kong 33, Singapore 18 at the full-time whistle as Hong Kong clinches the 7th position. We'll dive into a short breather and return shortly with the 5th place game that's about to unfurl in a few minutes from now. Stay tuned, everyone.